Welcome back to the hot seat. Today we have the awesome Matthew Philippoğlu. Hi Matthew, would you like to introduce yourself please?
Hi, I'm Matthew Philippoğlu. I'm a senior associate at the project infrastructure team at Anjarwalla & Kana. We provide support with respect to construction, project finance, essentially helping developers who are trying to develop projects within Africa from a legal and commercial stroke regulatory perspective.
In the context of infrastructure delivery, what does project finance encompass in emerging and frontier markets?
In emerging and frontier markets, project finance entails funding and investing in long-term infrastructure projects, power projects, road projects, real estate projects. As I mentioned earlier, digital infrastructure project as well. And what's interesting about project finance is the funding is based on the strength of the project revenues rather than the balance sheet of the project sponsors. To achieve this objective, a special purpose vehicle is usually set up, and the special purpose vehicle will own the project and would enter into the various contractual agreements with all the counterparties. Finally, one thing, especially for emerging markets, project finance allows governments to leverage private capital rather than relying on sovereign debt.
What makes an infrastructure project financially viable and attractive to lenders in emerging markets?
Okay, there's quite a number of key things in emerging market that make projects more financially viable for lenders. Lenders want to see a clear, predictable legal environment. Lenders want to see clear, sustainable source of cash flows. Lenders want to see a clear risk allocation structure such that the risk is borne by the party best placed to bear the risk. Other things like the government support measures as well encourage private investment from government. Then the presence of other export credit agency and multilateral lenders allow more commercial lenders participate in investment.
Looking towards the future, what shifts do you see shaping the future of project finance in infrastructure?
Okay, I think lately we've seen some encouraging signs that indicate a shift towards conventional infrastructure funding. For example, lately we've seen lenders interested in funding more climate resilient projects, unlike when a lot of investment was towards funding fossil fuel projects. Post-COVID, we've seen a lot of investment in healthcare infrastructure and social infrastructure as well. We're beginning to see a lot of investment in digital infrastructure as well, in terms of data centers. In terms of regulatory frameworks, we've seen a lot of countries begin to tighten up, or would I really say tighten up, remove the bottlenecks in their various PPP laws to encourage investment in the public-private partnership space. Finally, because US dollar conversion and foreign exchange risk has been a pain point for a lot of project sponsors, we would see a lot of local currency financing to mitigate the FX risk that we see a lot of project sponsors face.